Hey guys, back at it again with another Oscar video. Finally, you thank Trevor for that. We're doing the 1976 Oscars, which is the 1975 Best Pictures or the movies that are from the 1975. We've done two before this. We did 2005, 8,
2008.
2005, right?
Yes.
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 Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
We enjoy doing these videos a lot. Obviously, what we do is we rank them each individually, come together and average them and see what the rankings are at that point. Only I know. I don't average them though because someone else does that, but I know what they are. These guys will sort of figure it out. We'll start from 5 to 1, and then we got a bunch of other stuff after that we do. But it should be a lot of fun. This is I didn't know any of these movies. Well, actually, I knew Jaws, but outside of Jaws, I didn't really know any of these movies going in. Alex and Trevor, as I mentioned, are here with us again. How you guys feeling? Are you excited to do this year?
I'm excited to do this year.
Apparently, Jamie said it's going to be pretty controversial listing here, so I can't wait to get into it.
Yes, I agree. I think this is going to be a good one. I think my prediction is Trevor and Jamie are going to agree on a lot, and I'm going to be kind of my lone wolf over here with my opinions on these movies.
My lone wolf.
My lone wolf.
Woof.
But yes, we're about to do the 1976 Oscars. Let's get it. All right, guys, here we go. We're going to get into the rankings. Yes, so here we are. We got the 5 nominees. We have One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, who won Best Picture. We have Nashville. We have
Dog Day Afternoon.
Dog Day Afternoon. We have Barry Lyndon, and we have Jaws. So those are our 5 movies, and we have them ranked and averaged, as I mentioned at the top. So we're going to get into number 5, which is Nashville.
So Nashville, it's kind of like a satirical musical drama that takes place in Nashville. It says it contains 24 main characters, notably like Shelley Duvall and Jeff Goldblum's in it. Keith Carradine's in it. I forget. That's like the big people that I can remember.
Yeah.
But basically, it's about there's a political happening in Nashville and how everyone, even in the music scene, the reporting scene, no matter what scene you're in, you're all like intertwined with the political aspect of Nashville. So, Trevor, what did you think about the film? Where did you have it ranked? I should say.
Okay. First off, I had it ranked number 5, which is last.
Yes, it is. It's 5 out of 5.
Yes,
Where
it
did you
is.
have it ranking?
I had 5.
Wow.
Surprising.
I did not have it 5.
Can't say where though yet.
I had it 4.
4.
Well, I was close. We'll get into it later, but
Just to add in the 5 nominations, obviously Best Picture, supporting actress for Ronnie Blakely and Lily Tomlin, directing Robert Altman, obviously, and then did win for Best Original Song, I'm Easy. But yes, I'll just go ahead and start. So this movie's tough for me. I appreciate this movie as far as like how tough it was to film and just like everything it's trying to tackle as far as American dream and like people that think they can get famous when they really have no talent at all, which is a part of the American dream, obviously. How hard it is for women, especially during this times, as we'll get into in a bit. There's a particular scene that is really tough to watch, but it definitely shows the behind-the-scenes stuff of what women went through during 70s and really on from there. Harvey Weinstein.
oh, what a name drop! Hey, shout out to my boy Harvey.
Shout out.
Can't leave that.
But yeah, I really liked like the fact that Robert Altman film this as like it felt like a real like documentary basically. Like it didn't feel like a movie. I mean, it did, but it didn't. And like you could feel like when someone's having a conversation, it just feels so realistic. It doesn't feel like it's it doesn't feel like a movie essentially. And I just feel like Robert Altman is the star of this movie. Like what he's able to put together is just amazing. And it's also just like kind of making fun of the entertainment business in general, especially by the end of it. And yeah, I like this movie. I understand why people love it. I understand the importance of this movie. I understand it's like considered one of the best movies of the 70s. Personally, for me, and we'll get into more stuff, but personally for me, I don't connect with it. One reason, and I know this is going to sound shallow, but it's just, I don't want to tell you, I don't like country music.
I knew this is coming.
So I don't know what to tell you. I can't like the scenes where they're singing. I just have to I tune it like I try not to, but I'm like tuning it out because I just don't like country music.
Wow.
And it's not really a shot at the movie. I mean, maybe it is, but I can't help it. I also don't, and I know this is not the movie is not meant to have characters that truly stand out. But I just don't really connect with anybody, and it's tough for me. So I expect what I more so like this movie because of the technical aspect and like what Robert Altman's able to do, and the themes that he's tackling more so than I would. I honestly would never want to watch this movie again.
Wow.
Unless unless like we're doing something like this, or like you know what I mean. I didn't hate it.
Gun to your head.
I didn't hate the movie though. I thought it was. I understand why it's considered a great movie. It's just not really for me, real to be honest with you. Alex.
Okay, well, I really enjoyed this movie. I had a really hard time. I had this ranked fourth. I had a hard time kind of ranking the top four, I'd say, 2 through 4. I gave this movie for my ranking like 8.5. I really enjoyed it. I agree with Jamie. What Jamie said, like the way that he like directed it so masterfully, where it seems like it is a documentary. That is really how it feels when it's been a fictional place and time, where there's this. I mean, it's a very real element. To me, it makes fun of Hollywood and also just tells about how, as much as people want to try to separate entertainment and politics, it just is not possible. Like they're just so intertwined in every aspect. You can see like the main character to me is Haven, the main singer in the beginning of the movie that you see. The first couple scenes of the movie I was like it hooked me from the beginning. Because again, it felt like you were just like a fly on a wall in like the recording studio. And it's really funny that Trevor doesn't like this movie because he texted me and said, "Wow, this movie's got me hooked." And then,
well, they don't know that Trevor doesn't like the movie. When you guys?
Well, bad news. Trevor doesn't like this movie. He doesn't
Spoiler.
But I think like Jimmy said, I think Robert Altman did a great job. I think like it is so difficult to have 24 characters that are all intertwined and interact with each other at different points of the story. They all are somewhat connected. And I think for me, yes, it was overwhelming at first as they're slowly introducing all these characters, but towards the end, I could place them all, I feel like, much better, and the story really came together the last 30 minutes of the movie. I think it's a very powerful movie, especially for this time, especially right after, like, not right after, but, 10 years, 10 plus years after JFK got assassinated, to make a movie like this that's also satirical and making fun of America. And I really appreciated what he did with this movie. I think the acting was phenomenal. There's so many just random, Elliot Gould's in it for 30 seconds randomly for no reason. I saw one thing that I read online said that he just stopped by where they were recording and just was like, "I want to be in the movie for a little bit."
Jeff Goldblum,
and he's just in the truck. He's just riding his bike. Just a cool guy. I think the whole assassination thing is very controversial.
but it's also a shot at the entertainment business and just people in general because the fact that she gets shot and then someone comes out and starts just singing, and the people just go with it, and like nothing's even happened.
And
Wild.
that's kind of just how and that's like the satire of like the entertainment business, whereas if you fall off, there's someone always to come to replace you to fill and entertain somebody else. I think that was at the ending. I know this is kind of messed up. I enjoyed the ending, and I was kind of smiling at the ending because of that satire part where he's like, we're not Dallas, we're Nashville.
That is a crazy line, by the way.
We can't be sad. We're gonna keep yelling, keep the positive energy going, which I think was the whole point of this movie. And like all the messed up things that are happening behind the scenes, with David Carradine's character, I know he won for the best original song on Easy. The scene where he sings it in the bar and there's 4 different like love interests, I thought was like an amazing scene because it's just candid shots of and video of them just reacting to him singing it, them all thinking it's about them. And you really find out it's the older lady towards the end. I really appreciated what this movie did. I think it was very powerful. I would definitely watch this movie because I think this is a movie that you could watch a million times and you're gonna find something new every single time you watch it. I thought the singing was great. I'm not a big country guy either personally, but I was bopping to some of these songs. They were pretty good. The beginning, damn, that was good.
He's bopping, guys.
And I thought "I'm Easy" was a great performance. I thought it was.
That was by far the best song.
I'm not like crapping on like how they sing. I mean, they're good singers. I just like
Most of them in the movie are good singers.
what?
Most of them in the movie are good singers.
Yeah.
But I think, I just think this is a masterful directing job. I mean, obviously, he deservedly won for best director. I think it would be horrible if he did win this.
He didn't win for best director.
He did.
He didn't.
Oh, he didn't win. What then? Well, I'm easy. I'm sorry. I apologize. Well, it's a fucking absolute shame that he didn't win for best directing.
It's. I mean, I understand why because of who won, but he's. I mean, like I said, I thought he was the star of this movie personally. Like how he was able to put it.
This is his movie.
Yeah.
Like this is Robert Altman's movie, and you're doing with 20 to juggle 24 characters and keep them involved and keep us all keep me stringed along the entire movie, and keep me engaged. I thought it's impressive and very difficult to do, and I really enjoyed this movie.
So,
All right, come on, hater number 2. What do you have to
I'm
say?
not okay. So obviously Jamie touched on it a lot. From a filmmaking perspective, I do think it is incredibly ambitious. And like I'm not knocking that whatsoever because I do feel like the interwoven stuff is fine. To me, where it kind of just falls flat is I just feel like kind of where Jamie said I did not really connect to really any of these people that much. And for me, like I do like the music is good. Like I'm not saying that like the music is bad. It's just not for me. Like the country music part, like people started singing and I was just like, okay.
And the character stuff is a choice, but the problem is like you have to like that choice. If you don't like that choice, then the movie's just not going to be for you.
What do you mean? Like the fact that it's musical?
No, like as far as like the characters, I don't think they're put on screen to be like, I shouldn't say stand out, but they're not like.
There's no main characters in this movie.
Yeah, there's not like anybody to really latch on to. There's like, I think would you say 24?
For me, I thought Barbara Jean was the most like main character in the movie, and then
Blakely,
yeah, and then I thought
who's in
Haven.
on Elm Street, by the way.
and I thought Haven was the other main character, but I think this is just like I saw a review that was basically said like this is like the perfect movie to show someone that's never been to America because I feel like it very much encapsulates our culture.
Yeah, I feel like it probably scared them away, but yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
but look at where we are now. Every time people are getting assassinated for their political beliefs, and now the people it's all entertainment. There's a lot of entertainment around politics, which I think is what this movie kind of like. Even Haven, one of the main guys, the main singers, he's like, oh, I don't want a career in politics, and then when when they offer him, be like, oh, I'll support you, to help run Nashville. He's like, oh, I know you love the people. He's like, oh yeah, maybe I will. And like how easy and seamlessly they get into that world, even though they're in there for entertainment. And just how it's also intermingled. I just really appreciate this movie. I'll stop talking.
I mean, I'm glad that you do, you know, but I'm like Jamie said, it's not really a movie that I'll probably ever come back to
That's
again.
okay.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I appreciate the directing aspect.
And I think that's why this movie is so divisive, because I think you have a lot of people in this camp where it's, you know, you can appreciate what it's done, but you don't necessarily connect with it or, you know, would rewatch it. And I have both, where I really enjoyed the movie and I appreciated what it just trying to do and how it was carried out.
There was a particular scene, I like to point out random shit sometimes. This one's not really random because I feel like it really ties into the movie a lot. But the scene where the girl who can't sing is basically talked into getting naked. One of the most uncomfortable scenes I've ever watched in a movie. Just because it's just so fucking disgusting. It's done very well. I would never want to see that scene again because it made me so uncomfortable. Obviously, it did its job, but it made you hate everybody in that room and all the men in that room. Not one guy spoke up or did anything. I didn't know how y'all thought about that scene. I thought it was one of the most powerful scenes, but I would never. So the only reason I wouldn't even see this movie
And then, again, I think it's just goes back to the satire of the movie and how, you know, that it's the same thing. They know the whole entire time that she's not talented, but they string her along to get what they want out of her, to manipulate her, which is like what the entertainment industry does. And they keep promising her, oh well, if you just do this one thing, then you can sing with Barbara Jean, you can sing with Barbara Jean, because they know that she wants this dream of being a big singer. And then what happens? She gets shot, and then she doesn't go up there. And then she just kind of stood there in shock by thinking, contemplating, why you don't want to do this anymore.
Well, Barbara Jean is another good point. She's sickly, and they keep pushing her, and they don't really care about her health, and they keep putting her out there as this big figure, but in reality, she's
She's crumbling.
not doing well and crumbling. Like I said, I can't say enough. You can tell me in the comments. I think this movie is made amazingly. I think it tackles really deep shit, and I just personally, it's not a movie I would want to just put on. With that being said, I mean, it's definitely, I can understand why people have it high up on their list. I definitely get it.
What did you guys have it ranked, out of 10? Or, what are you based on your ranking system? What would you have given
Well, I
it?
didn't do a rating system for it, but if I did,
What'd you give it, Trevor?
I gave it a 2 out of 5.
a 2 out of 5? Ooh. If we're going out of 5, probably it's tough.
I gave it an 8.5 out of 10. Is what I gave it.
8.5 out of 10. I mean, I'd probably give it an 8,
Yeah.
but it's not an 8 I would really want to, watch that often. I feel like most of these movies are probably either higher, but we'll get into it. I mean, this first movie definitely gave some good conversations. I do have a new thing I'm introducing, just to give some facts if these guys want to, talk, go over them, or if they, whatever. Hold on.
Before you do that, can I just say,
Yeah, go ahead.
I absolutely love Jeff Goldblum's character in this movie. And I know that he's not a huge star at this time. I looked on IMDb, I think this is his third movie. So I'm not expecting him to be a huge character, but I absolutely love how he just kind of just rides his bike and just does fucking magic tricks.
Well, that's what I mean. Again, that's the satire. He's just the cool guy.
Yeah.
But that's what he's playing. And then Tom, that's played by Keith Carradine, he's the the player. He's the guy that gets all the women, but he is also women at the same time.
Well, even got the lady with the 2 deaf kids.
And even when she left, he immediately called up his wife or whoever his girlfriend had to get home.
No, she was still there. She was getting dressed.
Correct.
Yeah,
So I think there's so many elements where they're playing. To me, they're playing 24 main characters like you see in entertainment and Hollywood. And I think they're played very well. I appreciate the movie.
So I think Alex mentioned on this dialogue was largely improvised, with actors using the script as a guide, and the film was shot in sequence, which is pretty cool.
Mhm.
And it made it feel more realistic. It was like a doc would.
Like, I think if you showed this to someone and told them no background, they would think it was a documentary, and then it might actually happen in real life.
Oh yeah, I agree with that.
All musical numbers were recorded live with actors performing their own songs, obviously. You already mentioned the 24 main characters. Also noted this was the debut for Lily Tomlin and Jeff Goldblum. And most of the extras were actual Nashville residents, and characters like Connie White were composites of real country stars like Tammy Wynette and Dolly Parton. Move on to our number 4.
Oh boy, I'm interested to see what this is.
Number 4 is Barry Lyndon, directed by Stanley Kubrick. Alex, the dark movie.
Come on, guys. This ranking is against Backfield on number 2.
I just want to say before we start though, I feel like I only put it at 4 because the other 3 were just too better. That's it.
I
But not very, not better in a bad sense, but like they're.
if one of these movies is top 2, I'm going to be a little upset. I'm going to be honest with you. I have a very controversial take, but that's okay. So yeah, Barry Lyndon. It's wow. It's directed by Stanley Kubrick. It's about an Irish man who he's kind of exiled from his home in Ireland, and he kind of makes his way across Europe, and eventually ends up in England, and is trying to get like a high position and marry a rich woman, basically, and kind of burn himself in society that way. It was nominated for, I think, 7 nominations, 4 wins. It won for cinematography, art direction, costume design. What else? And the score, which we'll get into that. And then obviously directing was nominated, and the best screenplay was nominated for as well. I'll go first. I had this ranked second out of 5. Where did you guys? I'm guessing you had it 4th.
I had it 4th.
Wow.
Like I said, I had it 4th, but still for me, I gave it a 4.5 out of 5.
I'll say, well, I'm not going to go first. I'll let someone else go first. I went first from Nashville. But what I will say is this movie had me very torn, but we'll get to that.
So recently, from seeing the movie Marty Supreme and other movies like it in the past, I feel like it has a very similar type of tone and style to, which basically you show the uprise and the downfall from someone from their pursuit of what they want, which I think that's what Stanley Kubrick does. He does a great job of describing the life of a very plain guy, probably in this time, like a normal guy that just had these aspirations. I think it's 3 hours, yeah, sure. I didn't really feel bored, or very little times was it slow to me. I know a lot of people have problems with pacing. I thought it was paced pretty well for 3 hours. The cinematography was amazing. The score was one of the best scores I've ever seen in a movie. For me, it elevated almost every single scene. Whether it was suspense, intrigue, what it was trying to portray, I think it elevated everything. Ryan O'Neal, I mean, he was amazing. He was great. I mean, he's the perfect, again, I read a thing that the Stanley Kubrick had a lot of pressure to cast someone more prominent, like a Robert Redford in this role. Yeah. And I think it would not have been the same movie whatsoever, because Ryan O'Neal is like a normal looking guy. Like, he's just a normal looking guy, which the movie is about a normal guy. So I think, there's a lot to dissect in this 3 hours of this movie. But I think he did a great job of showing growth to a character from the beginning to the end. He watched this guy get shot and died a duel. He then dueled someone else because he was in love with someone, and then ran away. Then towards the end of the movie, he shows mercy towards, basically his stepson, if you will. and doesn't try to kill him, even though stepson's trying to kill him. And then, pays the repercussions, I think, of, how he treated him and how he treated his mom for that extended period of time. But I enjoyed the movie. I thought it was well done. I think it's almost like like I said, Marty Supreme, There Will Be Blood, kind of vein of a character study.
Well, it's like a rag to riches, like a
Back to rags.
yeah.
But I think it shows his character very matter of factly. There's no, you're not rooting for him at certain points. Other times you are rooting for him. I think it's very it's not like this is a great guy, look how awesome he is type of movie. I think it just shows just him very unbiased, plain view, honest of someone who lived kind of crazy life in the 1700s.
Yeah, I also think that I like him as a character. I also feel like he's also like very gray, because like obviously you kind of have these moments where you're like, okay, I'm kind of gravitating towards you, I'm kind of rooting for you to succeed, and then he makes these choices where it's just like, I don't really know if I agree with that.
He full making out in front of his wife,
Yeah,
on the property that she owns. Yeah,
yeah, but like you can definitely tell that like he, at least in that part of the movie, like he's kind of using her. Like he doesn't really, he doesn't really care much about the marriage or her. It's just the status and the money that comes along with it. Yeah. And like I said, I know that I had this movie rated, or I had it 4th on my list, but I still gave it a 4.5 out of 5. I thought it was amazing. I said in my Letterboxd review that it felt like I was watching like a HBO miniseries. Yeah, and I really loved it. And honestly, outside of the pacing, which I did feel was a little slow at times, I think it's incredibly rewatchable, honestly. I'm really excited to dive more into Kubrick's work, but
for sure. I'll say this movie definitely got me excited for Kubrick in general. Obviously, I've seen The Shining. I'll say from hearing you guys, I definitely liked it the least. I didn't think Trevor was going to be as high on it, but. So this is how I feel about the movie. I honestly loved the first hour of this movie.
I agree.
I thought there was like a bit of comedy in the beginning parts of this movie that I really enjoyed. There's a lot of great moments. There's a lot of toxic shit in the beginning with him trying to get that girl, and then she's trying to get married off to what was the guy's status?
I can't remember. I think he was a high up in a soldier or something in the English movie or something. I don't remember.
When he just threw the freaking drink at him, I thought that movie was awesome.
Yeah.
I do think it's funny when in the beginning they would always be like, you're but a boy, and I'm like, yeah, this guy's a full grown man. They said it so many times. I was like, okay, we'll go with it. But no, I do think, like Ryan O'Neal, I do think he's really good in this movie. Even if which I'll get to, some of the 70s acting is definitely very obvious in this movie. It's definitely a different, not acting you would see today. It comes off more wooden, especially in the latter halves of this movie. But yes, as far as like the first half, I just enjoyed this journey that we were on. Even the war stuff I enjoyed. But like I just thought that first even 30 minutes, there's like some good comedy moments, especially between him. I can't think of the other guy's name.
Is it the guy that he's playing with?
No, the one he was close with in the beginning. Ends up dying in the war.
Oh, he's like, kiss me, my boy.
Yeah. Yeah, I've heard.
That part was a lot, but different times. I don't care a fig about Captain Quinn. There's I don't know. There's a lot of fun quotes in the beginning. This movie basically went from a very likable character to an opportunist as the film progressed. He definitely became a lot less likable. And I wouldn't say that's what I disliked the movie. I kind of figured that's probably where it was going. I honestly just thought the last hour was so boring. I just
Really?
could not get into any of the storyline. It's not really what I was hoping was going to happen. I thought he was going to go back home and maybe rub it in that girl's face. And maybe I just like the toxic shit a little too much. You definitely get it with the girl he was marrying and everything, but I don't know. It was very slow. I didn't care about. I just didn't really care about anything that was going on in that last hour, and I enjoyed the first hour so much that the last bit of it just took me out.
Would you say that it was the first hour or like the first part? That was
First part,
yeah. Okay, I agree with that. I
So
think
you just like the feel good moments.
I like dumb shit. I'm into fucking horror. I'm not saying that. For this movie.
But I mean, for this movie, like the
Yeah.
first was like the
Yeah.
triumph and him succeeding and being successful, and
Yeah, and a lot of, like I mentioned earlier, a lot of the acting to me, this is a 70s thing, is unnatural. And to me, it really stands out, especially in the second half. Especially in the romantic scenes, they just look kind of ridiculous. I'm not saying every 70s movie is like this, but this is definitely a choice. You could even go back to like the 60s and the 50s. Like the acting is just, it doesn't come off as well on film like it does nowadays, in my opinion. I know that might be a hot take, but But otherwise, I do think, as far as like other stuff I love about this movie, I think it's shot beautifully. I think Stanley Kubrick does an excellent job is filming this, and just all the scenery that it chooses. He's like on this journey. Another quote that I liked was "Don't be such a silly ass." I don't know. I like that. I thought it was funny. But yeah, like I said, it's a tale of two halves for me. But I do think it's really good. I'm starting to think I'm talking myself into thinking I should have had Nashville higher. But
yeah, because the more we talk about Nashville, the more you kept saying like, "Oh yeah, this is really good. This is really good. This is really good."
it's tough though, because Barry Lyndon, I like that first part so much that it's just like I didn't like hate the second half, like the second part. It's just like it just didn't.
It fell off for you.
Yeah, basically, as soon as he got into that new, like, I don't know what you would call it. As soon as he got himself involved with that guy, like when they wear all the damn makeup, what is that?
Oh,
called?
like when he like married. Oh, you mean before he got married?
Yeah.
When he was gambling.
Yeah, like when he started gambling
Gotcha.
and stuff. Like once he started getting to that stuff, it just didn't grab me as much.
Bali.
And I also like his character was so despicable at the end. Like I just like didn't even. It was good.
At the same time, that he had that redeeming quality where he took mercy on. Because so this is my question: did you guys at that end scene where they're having a duel with his stepson? Did you think that it was filled with toe again and it was like a dud? Like how it was in the first scene in the movie.
I don't know. I wasn't thinking about that. I thought when I was watching it, I thought that obviously stepson shoots it. They're like, "That's your shot," and then he spares him. I thought that he was going to be satisfied by that because he could see the fear in him.
Yeah.
I thought that he was just going to be like, you know what?
Yeah,
I thought he was going to back out, and I thought that's what Barry was thinking at the time. And then he's like, actually, no, I'm not satisfied. And I think that he's like, oh, okay, I have to take it now.
Yeah.
That's how I interpreted it. I didn't think that it was
But
loaded.
like before, like that scene when he was like, I do want to duel. Did you think he I thought he was going to go back to the first scene because to me it's a very similar situation where, Barry Lyndon in the first scene is a young kid who's not mature enough trying to duel this older man because he's in love with someone else. And it's kind of the same situation. I mean, he loves his mom very much and thinks that, Barry Lyndon is treating her like crap, which he obviously is. But at the same time, he wants to kill him over that, even though it's not, he's successful in doing his own thing. I just thought it was going to kind of circle back, maybe possibly, and it was going to be the same, it was going to be a dud bullet and not be like an actual bullet like it was in the beginning. But to your point, I think he also kind of redeemed himself, even though how despicable he was, redeemed himself there a little bit at the end with trying to, spare him. Now, like you said, I didn't think about that. Was it sparing or was it him basically saying, yeah, you better walk away from this? because I'm sparing you. You're not sparing me. I'm sparing you from this.
Yeah, you can obviously you can visually see like how uncomfortable he is. Like he obviously hasn't really handled many guns in his life. Obviously has probably never shot anybody.
Yeah.
This is very new to him, and he's visibly terrified. So that's how I took it. But that's just me.
I also thought it was an interesting wrinkle when Barry Lyndon's mom ended up moving in with them at the Lyndon estate. I thought that was a very interesting wrinkle because she was kind of lost for a while. You can still she's still basically still supporting her son fully, even though she can see that he is not a good guy anymore. He's not treating Lady Lyndon right. He's treating her like crap in the family. And I think it's an interesting dynamic with how he treats his own actual birth son that he had with Lady Lyndon and versus the stepson. I thought that was very interesting kind of dynamic there. And also just the scene where he literally just punches him, he just punches Lord Bullington right in the back and just starts whipping him in front of everyone. It's just wild. Yeah, I really enjoyed this movie. I thought this was, again, for me, when I watch a movie or hear about a movie that's about this time period, I'm immediately intimidated and usually not interested because it's not something I'm super interested in this time period of movies. But it kept me engaged the whole time. I wasn't bored by it. I was pulled in immediately. I just thought it was very well done.
Yeah, I mean, from an opening aspect, I guess it's kind of saying similar to Altman. But a filming aspect, clearly you could tell Stanley Kubrick. Once we get to the facts, go into some of his how crazy he was about this movie. And you could tell in a movie like The Shining, for example, how crazy he gets into movies and how perfect they have to be. This movie is shot beautifully. That's one of my favorite things about the movie is how it looks. I did want to say, even obviously everybody learns this in history class and stuff, but the way wars were back then were just it's just unbelievably stupid.
Yeah, I was thinking that too, actually.
I know that's how it was, but it's just it's so why would you ever just stand in front of each other and just let each other kill you? You're not even you might as well just be signing up for death. I just
Pretty much.
yeah, but anyways, yes, I guess it's all really have on the movie.
What would you have ranked it, Jamie? What did you?
I had 4.
4 out of 5.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, probably this thing was probably.
Did you give it just flat 4.5? I had it an 8.78.
I probably would have had if we're going out of 10, maybe a 7.5 or 8 or something.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm probably up there with you.
Yeah, I had it upper 8s for me. So I had.
You gotta think I didn't like half of the movie. It's kind of hard for me to rank it high.
I should have ranked 5.
No.
Okay.
I will say the facts on this movie are pretty interesting. So Stanley Kubrick really wanted to make a movie about Napoleon. I don't know if y'all ever heard about that. He wanted to make that his whole life, but it just never worked out. So this was kind of his.
So you want Joaquin Phoenix to be in it?
Yeah. Because Napoleon really fascinated him, but he ended up doing Barry Lyndon instead because Napoleon just never worked out. At the time he made Barry Lyndon, he was fresh off of Clockwork Orange. I have not seen that. Have you guys?
Mm-hmm. Not yet.
I have, and this is to me this is an insane next step from that movie. Yeah, it's it's not. I shouldn't say it's polar opposite, but it's definitely a different direction.
Yeah, it's that Clockwork Orange generated a tremendous amount of controversy because of his extreme violence. So when making his next film, Kubrick told the press almost nothing about Barry Lyndon, except who starred in it, which he only said Marcia Bronson, who played Lyndon. Interesting. Something that would not work nowadays because you definitely want to sell the movie.
Yeah.
But he's Kubrick. All period dramas feature Marines that appeared in by Candle and Oillands, but in reality they're usually big gliding rigs just off the camera. But in this movie, Kubrick wanted to use a electric light in the production as possible, and went so far as to get special lenses that had been designed by NASA, which I thought was really cool. That just goes to show Stanley Kubrick how far he'll go.
Yeah.
To basically capture that authentic 18th century look. Costumes were sourced from museums to ensure historical accuracy. She could tell the costumes looked awesome. This, can y'all guess how long this took to shoot?
How many days?
How many days?
I would guess like 60.
Way more.
Really?
I don't know, like 200.
He was so crazy. It took 300 plus days. It was like 350, I think.
It's insane.
Yeah, it's crazy. And that, the little that I read was just the actor. He was just like really crazy about getting everything right.
Yeah.
But 300 days is insane.
That's the thing that's like 10 minutes of the movie, or a minute of the movie a day. Basically.
Yeah.
Not
This is
even.
obviously based on William Makepeace Thackeray's 1844 novel, The Luck of Barry Lyndon. Never read it. Initially divisive in the U.S. Because it was seen as slow. The slow something actually didn't bother me as much, to be honest.
I didn't know it.
My issues weren't really the pacing as much as as I went into it, I did not like the second part as much, but later it was reassessed as a masterpiece, winning, obviously, didn't mention it won 4 Oscars, art direction, cinematography, costume design, and musical scoring original song. But yeah, he was also nominated for directing. Stanley Kubrick did not win. It's a crazy year for directing. Like, you really can't even say any of these guys could have won. And he also was nominated for Adapted Screenplay, but didn't win that either. But yeah, Barry Lyndon.
I didn't realize it was a book. Well, based off a book.
Yeah, I hate it.
Next,
That would be a long ass book.
I can only imagine. But next we got our number 3. No, I'm looking this up. I would like to be sure.
Ashley Edward.
Number 3 is Jaws.
That hurts. That
Yeah.
hurts.
Where it deserves to be. Okay, so Jaws, you ever heard of it? It's from Stevie Spielberg.
Spielberg.
It's basically about a killer shark, as we all know, and how it's wrecking chaos in a community in New York, and how they have to try to kind of hunt it down and deal with it and end its terror on the town. So it got nominated only for 4 nominations. But to me, I think it's kind of surprising. But it was 3 or 4 wins. So it was nominated for Best Picture, 1 for film editing, 1 for original score, and 1 for sound.
I mean, pretty much everything you think of is for.
Yeah, right,
Fair.
right. So, Trevor, what did you have Jaws ranked?
Well, say your number first.
I had Jaws ranked 5th.
Wow.
What the hell? Okay. I had number 1. That was my
3.
Math.
5 is honestly insane.
I liked it the least out of the movie.
No, you're right.
Are you
That's
surprised
fair.
I had it at 3?
Kind of.
I thought you would have it 2 or 3.
Okay.
But it's very middle of the pack, though. So, I mean, it's not good, it's not bad, but
I have an interesting take.
To me, I watched this for the first time a couple months ago with my fiance because she loves this movie. And
Well, save that. That's a good count. That's a good thing to say, but save it until it's your turn.
yeah, I'll go first. So, when it comes to Jaws, I feel like this movie is kind of perfect in a way where not only is it like incredible, like for the time, like I wish I could be like one of the people in the movie theater back then. Because,
First blockbuster.
yeah, absolutely. I feel like this was way ahead of its time, especially with the effects. the great score that is instantly recognizable. I think anybody on earth, if you just went done it, everybody knows what you're talking about. I don't think that this is Steven Spielberg's best movie, but it's definitely top 2 or 3. I think that this obviously is so incredibly iconic, but you can see footprints and like things that have been like stolen, like influence from this movie in countless forms of media over the years since its release. And I think that also adds to like the timeless effect to it. But it's just one of those movies where, it's incredibly rewatchable. I don't think that there is a second of downtime or slow time. I think all the characters are great. The visual effects are great. The directing is great. I've only seen it once before I rewatched it before this, and I definitely liked it and appreciated it a lot more now the second viewing.
It's so crazy because like the other Oscars we've done, it's so crazy that like this is the third movie in a row where I'm going to say how much the directing stands out. Where I feel like the first one we did, like I feel like it was driven by performances, like
Right.
The Aviator, Ray. I really like Aviator, but those movies are like driven by performances. Where these movies were driven by how great they were directed.
And this did get nominated, by the way, for that. I just wanted to point that out.
For what?
Directing.
No, it didn't.
Yeah, kind of crazy.
Oh no, you're saying. Oh, okay. I thought you were saying you did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's saying it didn't get nominated.
Well, to be fair, this is a tough class of directors, though. But yeah, this is the original blockbuster. This movie is culturally important as far as just like showing how to market a movie. I mean, like this movie was the first movie that really, truly knew how to market something, and like that's how you get your blockbusters from here. And it's also one. So like, I'll get into it. I'm torn on this movie. I will say that I'm not as high on it as Trevor is. I'm not as high on it as most horror fans are. I think it is one of the best horror films ever, but it's not necessarily my cup of tea. I'm not like super into like animal killing movies either. If I'm gonna be honest with you.
It's a big shark. And it's raising terror on its head.
But like what I love about this movie is like the fact that they had a robotic shark that just didn't freaking work at all, and they basically had to shoot it as if like when you barely would see the shark, which actually in turn worked in their favor. Because like the fact that you don't see it is actually what's scarier than you actually seeing it at the end. So I thought once you got to the part where you actually see the shark, it's way less scary because it doesn't look as good nowadays as probably when it did back then. But for its time, I mean, what they were able to do is amazing.
I mean, you're the horror guy. You could probably say that for how many movies,
Yeah. I mean, I also if I put this up against other 70s horror films. This is not one of my. I'm taking The Exorcist as this movie all day, which was also nominated for Best Picture.
See, me personally, I don't even know if I would classify it as a horror movie.
I wouldn't either.
That's just
Jaws?
Exorcist
Yeah.
is scary.
Jaws or Exorcist?
Jaws.
I think it's definitely a horror movie.
I don't think it is. I think for this time period it is, but in general, if you the entirety history of cinema, I don't think that this is considered horror. I would say thriller more than anything else.
It's definitely horror. But it's 100%.
It definitely is.
I know that's what.
Like
I was so scared watching this movie the whole time.
But not every horror film is super scary.
I didn't think it was that suspenseful though either. That's why I think I would say it's more of a thriller.
I would disagree there.
Yeah, I think it's suspenseful.
I think it's more suspenseful than it's scary at all. I don't think it's scary at all. I don't think the answer was scary.
Well, I think Halloween's one of the greatest horror films ever. I don't necessarily think that movie's scary.
I think that's
But
much
it was
scarier than
scary for
Jaws.
its time.
I mean,
Exactly.
it kind of depends.
That's why this is a horror movie, but this isn't. I don't know.
I don't know. I guess it goes from person to person. What do you find more scary?
Listen, I
big
can't
ass
even-
fucking
I
shark?
just don't think I don't think when you talk about horror films, I don't think you just cut it off. You're like, if it's not scary, it's not horror. That to me makes no sense.
No,
Horror movie also like gore is a big part of. No, I'm not saying this movie, but in general, that's
Or she
a big part
loved
of being
gore.
horror. Just be what?
Or do you love gore?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Anyways, I will say I love the three main characters. Like I think Roy Scheider does a great job. I think Robert Shaw does a great job. I think Richard Dreyfuss is really good in this movie as he normally is. And I like how they play off each other. What?
It's a hoopa.
Yep. Hoopa. I like how they play off each other, especially once we get to the code stuff, and how Quinn kind of messes with Hooper a lot. And Hooper's kind of like the shark expert, and then Quinn's kind of like the ocean expert, I guess, like the fishing. He used to be was a soldier, right? Or he was like a Marine, I think.
Soldier, I believe, yeah.
Yeah. So he's an expert in that. And then Burger is obviously the acting sheriff of the island. And I also like that Bernie's like afraid of the water. Like it adds to like the movie. Like it just I don't know, it just adds something to his character and how he has to kind of get over it to defeat the shark. I do have love for this movie because how important it was to horror, how important it was to blockbusters. When I think 70s horror, this is not a movie I want to put on.
Just because it's not a horror movie.
I know, shut up. I lost a fucking train of thought.
Well, I mean, but Rawls the shark is the one.
What?
Shark.
Shark?
It's the one. The shark. This movie with the shark.
Because like I tend to gravitate toward Halloween, The Exorcist, The Omen. Those are movies I prefer a bit more. But that being said, this movie is a classic. Love the score, like Trevor said. Obviously, or Passenger in a second, we liked it the least. But I like how we had a good middle ground. Trevor seems to like it more than me, obviously. I enjoyed it somewhat. And,
Yeah, one is
Hey,
better
it's
than
somewhat.
3, and 3 is better than 5.
All right, go ahead and shit on it.
I don't have anything to say really too negative. I think all these are like fantastic movies. I would all give these movies at least a 4 out of 5 easily. Just to me, like I know you said it's very watchable. To me, this is not a movie I really come back to. I don't think I
agree.
I don't think it's that entertaining to watch personally. Like I think the sound's great, the score's great. If I would say anything at the movies, this collection of movies, like, this is the movie I'd be most likely to put on in the background if I'm trying to take a nap or go to sleep. Not because it's
That long?
because it's not because it's not because it's boring, but it's a comfortable movie that you know what's going to happen. You know that it's going to be entertaining. Like it's a good base movie. I think. Like I think it's an iconic. Like it's one of the first blockbusters. I'm not saying it's not a great movie. I think it is a great movie. It doesn't do as much for me. Like it doesn't make me think. It's just, which is what the point of it is. It's not supposed to be, a real thinker or anything like that crazy where you're,
Just a real stinker.
yeah. I will still give this movie a 4 out of 5. Now out of the movies that people say are classics, I would say this is definitely like lower tier of what people say are classic, like the classic movies to me personally.
But
It's still a very good movie.
yeah, this movie, more than any of these movies,
This is probably the most iconic movie
yeah,
out of this
it's definitely the most iconic of the 5.
Agreed.
And it has such a huge following. And I have friends that love this movie. I know plenty of people love this movie. The funny thing about this movie, when we rewatched it for this, it's only, I think, the second or third time I've ever seen it. Yeah, I agree with Alex. It's not really a movie that I would just want to put on. I think it has a lot of great scenes, had great characters, as I mentioned, but yeah, oh, by the way, how dumb is the mayor in this movie?
Very. Yeah, he's
I mean,
fucking stupid.
just won't shut down the beach no matter what. Just like, we're going to keep this open. I don't give a damn how many people die.
Yeah.
There is a great scene where there's a boy that gets killed by a shark, and the mother comes up to Brody and basically talking, talking down to Brody because of what he let happen, even though it's worse than the mayor. I thought that scene was really powerful, especially from the mother. Like, he definitely empathized with her and like how awful that is to like have your kid literally eaten by a shark.
Which is really it's really shitty too, because in that scenario he's very much like the scapegoat. Because it's like she's over here blaming him when he's literally has to listen.
And
to
she also wasn't watching her kid.
Yeah.
Fair.
Well, nobody wants their kids. Yeah.
What are they gonna do? Drown?
But yeah, there's a lot of great scenes in this movie. I
Yeah.
will say that. I just like it's not one I would put on consistently.
I have a serious question.
So
They know how big this goddamn shark is when they go out there, and they take the smallest fucking boat possible. They know damn well that shark ain't fitting on that boat.
yeah.
They'll just like pull it on the boat. How? Where's it going? That's one part
Well,
of the movie.
those guys. Well, I guess they have an idea, but I don't think they ever see the shark personally.
What about professionally?
But I don't know.
You think they got linked in with the shark?
Stupid.
It's like fuck that. Holy shit. Another great moment is when ignoring Alex. When Brody showed the fish blood and got to
What was in it?
Yes, I was actually going to bring that up.
and turned back and there's the shark like right there. I thought that's an iconic moment.
That was a great scene in this movie.
That part was scary. I mean, I can't say I personally was scared, but like it is a scary part.
Sure.
Now that I think about it, I guess there are a good amount of like jump scares in there too. But
Yeah.
like the part when he's underwater and the head and the book. If you remember that. Yeah. Yeah, I remember that part.
One thing other negatives is I don't believe that any kid would just like. I have a hard time believing people just go back to the fucking ocean. I mean,
But what do you mean?
like after a couple people like got eaten by a shark, they would immediately go back to the ocean.
Oh, and also another thing, why are we going out that far? Honestly, I'm a very much like my neck down. I gotta be touching the bottom. If you go out any further than that,
There's literally
You're at the mercy of the
a
animals.
stupid ass lady that says 24 hours is like three weeks. Talking about the beach closing. I was like, what the fuck? Shut up. It's one day. But it's just like, it's so stupid. It's the beach. Are you dying without you live right near it, probably? Well, some of those people, I guess, did come there for the holidays and stuff. But yeah, there's I will say there's not a lot of just funny things in this movie that are not supposed to be funny because they're just so ridiculous. And obviously, everybody knows a lot of the shark acts don't age well, but anything in the 70s that's animal oriented probably doesn't age well. Right, so here's some facts. In the original novel, the mafia puts pressure on there to keep the beaches open.
Big gamble on them sharks.
I guess obviously it has something to do with leading the beach to be open.
honestly, I kind of like that more. If I'm being honest, in a way,
And it has to be Danny DeVito.
Don't you think it was a bit ridiculous?
it would have been, but I feel like that kind of makes up for the fact that he's just a dumbass, rather than he's just like, oh no, we have to keep the beach open. Oh, 24 hours and that's it. That's all you got. Where it's like, oh no, I need to do this or I'm gonna fucking die.
You gotta keep the beach open.
How do you wrap up the mafia plot?
I have no idea. I don't know.
At some point.
I trust Steven.
He's got a lot of money on him getting eaten by a shark.
So Charlton Heston lobbying hard for the Brody role.
Wow.
Do y'all know about Charlton Heston?
I've not seen him.
Yeah, I can't really say if you even did it or not. I think where it shows great as Brody, so I don't really see a point. John's based on that actual 1916 incident in New Jersey shore, a road shark killed 4 people, 2 of them in an estuary.
Wow.
And
Wow.
The original novel, Hooper, played by Richard Dreyfuss, had an affair with Mrs. Brady. I'm glad they didn't have it in this.
Yeah, that would have just been unneeded.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Hey, by the way, I'm fucking your wife.
He is not awkward at the dinner scenes.
Oh my god, yeah. I love how he just shows up and he's like, "Hey, you eat with
He's
us?"
like, food, like, holy shit. He's honestly probably my favorite character. He says and does some of his stupid shit. Hooper. In the original screenplay, Hooper was supposed to die in the shark cage, as he had in the book. But Spielberg decided to change it because he said the live shark mauling the empty cage was so exciting. But Spielberg wanted to incorporate it in this film in order to explain the empty cage. They advised the twist of Hooper escapes and hides on the ocean floor. Do you like him surviving?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it would have been a much different move if he died. I think it would have. I don't know.
Also, I also kind of like how you kind of forget about it. At least I did. Because like in all the madness, you're kind of worried about, everybody else getting possibly killed.
There was such a time gap from when I seen this movie last until now. I forgot that Blake died. When he died, I was like, oh shit. It's kind of weird to surprise you.
It's horror.
Yeah. Shark name was Bruce, which constantly malfunctioned, like I mentioned, forcing Spielberg to show it. Sorry, like Spielberg in its defense, which it did, as I mentioned, there's a lot of technical issues. You're going to need a bigger boat, which is an iconic line. There's improvise a line, which is, I feel like some of the best lines that were improvised.
That's kind of crazy to think.
Yeah, I mean, it's literally one of the biggest quotes ever. And the last one, there's a random shooting star. Did you see that in the movie?
Mhm.
Okay. What's that one? Not on the boat. There's a random shooting star that goes right across the screen.
Let's look that up.
It's when Jordy's loading his gun. Some say it was a visual effect that was added in first production. Some say that it actually happened. The problem is this same shooting star happens again in another movie, or it happens in Close Encounters of the Third Kind. So I don't know. I would just think that it's a visual effect that
Mhm.
kind of got passed down to be real. That's all I got for facts.
5. That fucking hurts.
Yeah, I was originally I thought us having Nashville 5 was going to piss people off, and nobody's going to be more pissed than they would be at Jaws, because it's just like such a beloved movie. I will say I'm very surprised you had a number 1. I did not see that coming at all.
I mean, to be fair though,
Jaws.
I really could put 1 through 3 for me could be 1. So, but if I'm looking at like pure rewatchability and like the amount of fun that I had and enjoyed myself watching, then I would go back to this more.
Yeah, I would say it's either 1 through 4. In my personal opinion, I think Jaws is getting close to the other 4. For me.
I disagree, but clearly, I know he does.
Oh wait, before we go, what did you give it like rating wise?
A 4 out of 5.
4 out of 5. Okay, I give it 5 out of 5.
Rating wise, yeah, probably 4.
Huh.
We got drum roll.
This is a question.
Dog Day Afternoon.
Yeah.
Number
Okay, that's
2.
That's why I had it.
Can I just go ahead and look and say analysis of what you're doing on those movies, obviously? My ranking is exactly what the average was.
Wow.
So,
Congrats, bitch.
yeah, that's what's up for me.
What was my guess right? I'm pretty sure my guess was right from the beginning.
No, you had Jaws at 2, I think. Yeah, you did. You said Jaws at 2.
But I switched all the afternoon Jaws. I think.
I don't fucking know.
I think I just thought you would rank Jaws 2. He ranked it probably 1 or 2. And I ranked it 5. Dog Day Afternoon is directed by Sidney.
So doing that.
So Dog Day Afternoon is directed by Sidney Lumet. It features Al Pacino. It's basically about a amateur bank robber. They hold a Brooklyn bank. It's your typical, I should say typical, but like a classic bank robbery movie that got nominated for 6 different Oscars and only won one Oscar with that being original screenplay. It was also nominated for Best Actor, Supporting Actor, Directing, and Film Editing as well. Jay, where did you have Dog Day Afternoon rank for you?
I had it to.
I had 2 as well.
2.
Wow, look at that. All right, Jamie, what did you think about Dog Day Afternoon?
Yeah, I thought this movie was great. Another really good job of directing from Sidney Lumet. I mean, like I will say, this year is probably some of the best directing we've seen. I don't know if it's my favorite year we've done, but it's definitely some of the best directing. I'm an Al Pacino fan, so the fact that I finally got to see this movie was awesome. The fact that this guy, I mean, I gotta imagine. I knew this is, I think, after The Godfather, but if they hadn't realized this guy was going to be a star at this point, I don't even know what to say, because he's awesome in this movie. I know he improvises a lot in this movie, as we'll get to later with the facts, and it actually kind of like changes Sidney Lumet a bit, because he wasn't used to that. But it tackled a lot of themes. It was kind of a message ahead of its time. I like how as Alex said, it's an amateur bank robbery, and I like how like the people that are hostage literally become like they're literally not even afraid of him at one point. Like it's just like they're all just sitting around, talking to each other like nothing's even going on. I thought those scenes were always kind of funny because they weren't threatened by him. They actually, I think they didn't mind his company, even though by the end you could see, did they really care? I mean, I guess we'll get to that, but yeah, I thought Al Pacino was really good in this movie. I thought Chris Sarandon, who I guess they're technically married, right? Because they say that in the movie. His husband, that he basically robs the bank to get him a sex change, which it's crazy that a movie in the 70s is like talking about that kind of stuff, considering it's in the 70s. I feel like this movie is very emotional, especially through Al Pacino's character, but also the fact that this guy, one of the biggest things I like about this movie is how pressured a man, like some men are in this situation where they have everything on their shoulders and they have to take care of their family and they have to take care of, their inner family, and then like their mom and their dad, and everything is on them, and like constantly, if they don't come through, they're going to be looked down upon, and that's really how America was during this time. Probably not even just America, but and that's not as much of the case nowadays, I feel. But I felt like this movie did a really good job of kind of tackling that, the pressures of home life, and the need to make everyone around you happy. I really like that, and yeah, and like I said, Chris Sarandon's really good. I love Chris Sarandon because he's kind of becomes a horror guy after this. He's in Child's Play and Fright Night, very iconic in Fright Night. But yeah, I thought this movie was excellent, and I'm glad I finally got to see it because I'm a big Al Pacino fan. Trevor?
Talk about chaotic. Like seriously, there are, and honestly, I think like unpredictability wise, I had no idea where this was going. I didn't know anything about this going into it either. Mm-hmm. I just knew that, like just based off like the little like quick synopsis thing on Amazon, that it was about like a bank heist. But I feel like even that is like the most bare bones level that you're going to get from it. I had no idea that it was going to like delve into the themes that it does, which like Jamie says, for the time is like so incredibly surprising. But I absolutely loved it. And now that I think about it, now that since you brought up like Al Pacino's what the fuck is that word called? When the improvisation, sorry.
Yeah, I'm not the only one that messed it up.
His improvisation during those scenes,
Improvising.
I feel like that also adds to like the unpredictability of him, like not really knowing, not really being in the situation before. Like I don't know what scenes exactly were improvised, but I really do like that. It's like this is just pure chaos from start to end, and I really do like the aspect that he brought up about how after a certain point they're just kind of chill with them. They're just eating pizza, having some sodas. Yeah, it's madness. I loved every second of it.
We also have like the people in the crowd that are like so differing. Like you have like the more of like the gay community at one point that joins in and like but then you also have people that are like totally against him and like it's interesting to know in different aspects.
Yeah, I think there's definitely a lot of like overarching background noise in this movie. Like anytime he comes out and yells, "Put those fucking guns down!" Like every like 5 minutes he does that,
Yeah.
and he gets cheered on by people that hate the police, people that are LGBTQ, people that are just anti-bank and anti-big corporations. Like there's a lot of this movie. Every time it goes out, you feel like and I'm sure he feels like he's a rock star. And they're cheering,
absolutely.
they're cheering him on like he's the doing something great. I think you can clearly tell very quickly they become quickly overwhelmed. I think this is probably one of the funnier like first 3 minutes of a movie I've ever seen, where they go in there. They get their way in. They barely can get like even in the door properly, and Stevie just runs away immediately.
Yeah, that one.
What? And he's like, "What the hell, Stevie?" Instantly, like I thought that was so funny.
I wonder if the Stevie character is supposed to represent the guy in real life, because so the guy that plays what's the other his partner?
Oh, John Cazale.
Oh, am I blanking on
Sal.
his name? Sal. He's
Sonny
actually
and Sal.
18 in the
In
the
real life.
real
Wow.
event. In the real event. So I was interested to see. I was almost like, did they have this younger character there to kind of represent both? But
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, you can definitely. This feels like the guy that made 12 Angry Men. Like it's very fitting that like this you can tell it's like a very, very like similar style of directing. I thought those were some of the most fascinating like scenes I've seen, where it's like it's just inside the bank. You can't see anything that's going on outside. You don't know if the police are there yet. Nothing. You're just for the first 20, 30 minutes, you're just on the inside of the bank. And I think you feel like you're literally just like a fly on the wall, which was done very masterfully. It's very like a lot of tension, but like Trevor said, like at a certain point you don't know where it's going.
At all.
You know how this usually goes with robberies. You know, you get the hostages, and then you want to get the plane or whatever the heck you want, and it never works out. But part of me thought like, maybe he will get away with it. Maybe they'll let him off because he's going through extenuating circumstances. But obviously, that's not what happens. I think like it's the same thing like you were saying. You both touched on like they are just like hanging out with him at a certain point. They're even the hostages are like rooting for him. They don't even want to leave. They're like, no, we're doing fine. He's not hurting us. I think Chris Sarandon was good. I do think that like it was well done because it wasn't like they didn't try to make it about that specifically, and like an exploitative thing about the fact that he was married to a trans person.
Yeah.
Like I feel like some other movies, like especially nowadays, it's very much like they're trying just to exploit the content of it. Where like this was like that movie wasn't even about that, but like they put in a very real life situation of why like this motivation for robbing the bank.
Mm-hmm.
Now that being said, I thought Chris Sarandon was good, but could they have probably had like someone that was LGBTQ play someone that was trans? Probably. When they've done a better job, probably. I think if you look up real pictures of Leon in real life, who the person was, they looked nothing alike at all, and like the person in real life actually looks like more like a woman, more like he. I feel like it's almost sometimes like they're not making fun of it, but it's not done very well. I thought.
Well, to be fair, I don't think they really. I don't know that there was a real knowledge of what it was to be like in like.
I mean, this happened in real life like a year before this movie was made. So like it was a very recent event. They could have made it more realistic if they really wanted to, but they just chose not to. For the reasoning, I don't know. But I also think it's kind of like a slap in the face. I mean, maybe not in the 70s. I mean, it's probably a great achievement. I'm sure there's a lot of training sort of LGBTQ characters in movies. But like to have, like his character Leon is like extreme, like overly. I feel like they're trying to over exaggerate the character of what the person actually was in real life. Personally, I also
Yeah, I mean, probably. I feel like it's a little unfair just because I don't know that you didn't see much gay characters in the 70s. I shouldn't say that because I didn't see like a ton of 70s movies, but I don't know there to be like a ton. And I don't know.
I think if you just look at like some of the other movies that came out this year, what the hell is it called?
I just like.
We talked about
Oh,
it.
Rocky Horror.
Yeah, like if you look at a movie like a Rocky Horror Picture, which is very much about that world and the way that they did the costume and made and they could, I feel like they could have done a better job. I feel
I mean,
like
I'm positive they spent way more time on that with Rocky Horror Picture Show, where I would almost assume that Sidney Lumet, I'm sure he spent time with it, but I doubt that was like his main goal is like getting this character to be exactly like the person in real life.
and I'm not saying like exactly, but I just feel like it felt like they just barely tried. Personally, that's how I felt. Like I don't think he was deserving of Best Actor at all. I don't think he did that good of a job that you're like, wow, this guy, that is a great performance. I did not, and he's also not in the movie that much at all.
Like it was really surface level.
Yeah, it was extremely surface level. I don't think it was that good of a performance personally. I understand what he was portraying, and for that time period was great, but like if you look at the actual performance, I think they could have someone could have done a better job that was actually
Now,
have more experience with that in real life than just a random guy who doesn't look like anything like the person in real life or a trans person. But anyways,
wait, before we move on, where do you think this movie would be rated today if it came out? Do you think it would have been? Did you think it'd be viewed as about the same?
Well, they wouldn't have made some of the same choices they made in the 70s versus what they made now. I get what Alex is saying. I personally think Sarandon's good. I think he should have won Best Supporting Actor. I don't necessarily know that, but I also feel like if you look at Dog Day Afternoon, they didn't win. They only had one win. They only won for original screenplay. They're probably pushing whatever they could push. So they probably didn't think they had a huge chance of winning. With that being said, I would have to go through who ended up winning Best Supporting.
I don't know.
Um,
I just like when I looked up like the Oscar nomination after this, I thought really he got nominated out of all the characters in this movie. Like I would rather watch like a Sal or like maybe Mulvaney or one of someone like that.
It looked like that was the cop, right?
Mulvaney was the other like the guy that
you know the guy that played Sal should have been Best Supporting.
I thought he was amazing
I mean, that's all he was.
with limited
I thought he was
lines.
good. I don't know he was much better than Sarandon. I feel like they were probably close to the same.
I don't know. I think like I don't know. I just thought he was a lot better personally.
I mean, maybe I have an attachment to Sarandon because he's in a lot of movies that I adored, but I don't know. I thought he was good in this movie.
I thought he was decent, but like how long is he in this movie for? It can't.
Not long.
It can't be more than 15
But
minutes.
there's a lot of
Probably
cases.
less than that, honestly.
It's probably
There's
10
a lot
at
of
most.
cases of Best Supporting Actor barely being in the movie.
But that's what I mean. I don't think he made enough of an impact to even like. I think you could put many different people in that role, and they would have done just a good job. I just was not blown away by that performance whatsoever. I think it's great they featured that character. I just think I don't know. Especially when you have like a Rocky Horror Picture Show that comes out the same year that extensively covers that same topic in a better way. I think. I just am surprised, but that being said, I love this movie. I thought it was great. I think this talk about suspense. I think this is a very great suspenseful movie, And even like when they drive to the airport, you're thinking, are they actually gonna let him go?
Yeah, like what the fuck is gonna come from this?
Yes.
See, I thought I knew exactly where the ending was going. The ending didn't surprise me at all. Like everything, I knew.
I mean,
Sal would
I figured
die.
that's what was going to happen, but like at a certain point, the lengths that they let them go and like appease them to, I was like, what is going to happen? How they, if that is going to happen, how is it going to happen? I did not expect that all to happen with all the other people in the car still.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how it happened in real life. I didn't really go that deep into the real life situation.
Yeah, I don't know either.
Well, by the way, George Burns won Best Supporting Actor for The Sunshine Boys, which I had not seen.
Oh yeah, George.
Could not
go.
tell you. I'll say is somebody that we're going to be talking about soon, Brad Dourif. Probably my pick if I can say anything, but granted, with these options, it's kind of hard to say because I've never seen Dave the Locust or Shampoo or The Sunshine Boys, so.
Yeah. Jimmy, you've seen Shampoo. I hope so. Full head, shoulders.
Little two in one action.
Anyways, anything else?
No, honestly, I don't really have any negatives for this movie. I thought this movie was great. I thought there was a lot of funny parts. I think, like I said, just the scenes inside the bank. Like, if I would be completely content if the entire movie just took place in front of the bank and then even show the outside part. I just thought that like the bank scenes were so damn good.
Well, one of the funniest parts is when the husband calls the one girl, the girl from When a Stranger Calls, and he asks what time she will be home.
Yeah.
I thought that was funny. So I was like, what the fuck? That's interesting. I also thought the girl in the bathroom that had no idea there was a robbery going on. I was like, what the fuck? You not hear all this?
She must have been taking a hell of
Yeah, yeah, it must have been. I thought that was pretty funny. There was some funny moments in this movie. No, I agree. I know we argued about Chris Sarandon for a while there, but I think we both agree on how good this movie is. I don't really have any issues either. If we're talking about like bank robbery movies, it's not like super high for me, but I still think it's really.
So, like, what movies do you think are like above this?
Heat.
Heat is the best robbery movie I've ever seen by far.
Yeah.
I'd have to look at.
Like, what about like an Ocean's 11? Something like that.
That's tough because it's like so different. It's so different. Like I just don't even like.
All right, Ocean's 12.
Maybe it is higher than I'm thinking. Maybe I'm thinking there's way higher movies than.
I mean,
You might be right. Well,
I've never seen
point-
Heat, except unless you're talking about Heat with Melissa McCarthy. I've seen that one.
You haven't seen Heat?
No, my
Oh,
man.
now I feel like I shouldn't like hype it up for you, but God, I love that movie. That's one of my favorite movies ever. Have you seen it, Trevor?
Mm-hmm.
You like it?
Absolutely.
Michael Mann.
Actually, it might be one of the higher ones. I don't know why you even said that. I guess I had more. I was more had more conviction than looking at the bank robbery movies. There's not very many good ones. But anyways, facts. Dustin Hoffman was almost Sonny instead of Al Pacino. What do y'all think about that?
I have no idea how that would have went. Absolutely.
I think he
not.
probably would have done a solid job.
Yeah, Dustin Hoffman is great.
And I think he would have done a great, like, I think Al Pacino did such a good job, like, one of being, like, trying to maintain control the entire time, but also having no control whatsoever, like, had that dynamic, like, where he was, you know, no, we're not going to do that, we're not going to do that. What the hell are you doing? Like, at the same time, like, he's just all over the place, and it just, it just feeds into the chaos of a bank robbery.
Yeah, well, this is not even like super crazy Al Pacino. Like this is still early.
Yeah, this isn't Joe Paterno, Al Pacino. That's when he really gets crazy.
Yeah, you really know how to kill the whole conversation. Yeah, I mean, I think he would have figured it out. Dustin Hoffman can. I haven't seen him in a lot of movies, but I've seen him in enough to where he kind of can do a lot of different stuff. So
Yeah.
to address this, Pacino stayed up all night pouring through the script, drinking a half gallon of wine. He eventually arrived at an epiphany. He shot the first day's material while wearing glasses, as the script indicated. Pacino's this is going to sound really stupid. Pacino's revelation was that Sonny would have forgotten his glasses at home on the day of the robbery because, on some subconscious level, he secretly wanted to get caught.
Yeah.
I thought that was interesting, but also super like crazy. Maybe crazy in the fact that you could even like think about like coming to that realization.
It's the wine.
What?
It's the wine.
Yeah.
I think, I mean, yeah. And it's interesting. I don't know how, did you guys read anything about like the real life character?
Not really.
So, I mean, it's somewhat accurate. I can't remember exactly all the details of the accurate part, but like it was very similar kind of situations, where he felt like pressure to get money for like Leon for whatever reason, even though Leon didn't even want it really that badly, the surgery to begin with.
Yeah.
I'd have to look it up. I can't remember, but I thought it was interesting seeing the differences between, with it being such a real event that was publicized and that happening this movie being made so quickly after it did happen is definitely interesting. Now, I don't know how national news it was like in the 70s.
Yeah.
I had never heard of it before this. Watch this movie.
I don't know that we would have, to be
Yeah.
fair, but Al Pacino explained to Larry King on CNN, even the iconic Attica Attica scene was improvised. He thought it up on the set. Or actually, no, he didn't thought it up. The idea came from Lumet's assistant director, Burke Harris, who recognized a potential parallel between what was happening in the scene and the real-life Attica prison uprising that had recently dominated the news cycle.
Yeah, it's honestly pretty crazy how fast like he was like that crowd was really
Yeah.
on his side. And I absolutely love the interaction. Like I can't remember the cop's name. That was like the main guy who was like giving him all the stuff. But their interactions out there and him like put the gun down, put the fucking gun down. Like
Ready.
love it. That was really good stuff.
Yeah. And then pointing like to the roofs, up to the roof of each building, saying, "Put that gun down."
The only other thing I have is the film was done without artificial lighting to make the movie feel like it really happened.
Mm-hmm.
It did feel more realistic, I guess would be the word.
Yeah. It's the same thing how I kind of felt about Nashville. Like it felt like a documentary. Like it was like almost like real footage at certain points, especially like inside the bank.
Alrighty,
Number one.
number one.
So, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest is direct. I don't know how you say the guy's name.
Milos Forman.
Milos.
So, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest is directed by Milos Forman. It basically stars Jack Nicholson, he's a convict. They ended up sending to a psych hospital because he's kind of failed the prison system, and he just keeps doing crazy stuff. And he just kind of wreaks havoc on the hospital, and what kind of takes control of the lives. And he kind of butts heads with the main nurse. So this won Best Picture. It had 9 nominations and 4 wins. So Jack Nicholson won for Best Picture. Louise Fletcher, who plays Nurse Ratched, got won for Best Actress. Milos Forman won for Best Director, and then obviously won for Best Picture. And then it was nominated for Screenplay, Original Score, Cinematography, and Supporting Actor, which was Brad Dourif as well. So I had this one. You guys Jamie, you had this one.
It's number one. I don't even know what the date is really. And
It's number one.
Not even close for me. Like everything, all the
It's
other
number
are
one.
not close for me.
Would you have a Trev?
3.
Mm.
Yeah.
I think that's the first. Actually, no. This is the second time that you've not had the movie that won Best Picture number one. Me and Alex have had the movie that won Best Picture one every time.
Like I said, that does not mean that I do not like this movie.
I think it does.
Okay, you're right.
Well, tell us what you liked about it.
What did I like about it? First off, I mean, Jack Nicholson. What?
What can I tell you about it that I liked about it? Nothing.
Not a single thing. Jack Nicholson is Jack Nicholson's amazing. I don't know if you guys would give this like where you would rank it amongst his career performances.
You
but
nuts want to play cards or you want to jerk off?
Yeah, I have somebody get someone get me a wiener before I fucking die. There's so many great lines in this movie. Fast break.
oh my god.
Because of Andrew, I just put in the basket, Chief.
Yeah, he just is he's like a very charismatic character in this movie when he really should because he's really
He's kind of a shit person.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not a great person at all. He's literally, they talk about in the beginning how he got in trouble for statutory rape.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not-
Yeah.
Yeah, Trevor.
But outside
Hey
of
Trevor, go ahead.
but outside of all that, I mean, I do think that he does lock in here, and I think what he understands it now.
You don't want to see Jack Nicholson lock in.
And
As good as it gets.
Jesus Christ, Al.
Shut the fuck up, bro.
I think for as Nurse Ratched goes, I think she's easily like top 20. I mean, you could call her an antagonist or like a villain, but I think her performance is definitely amazing.
It's funny because before this, so I knew Nurse Ratched was like considered this all like crazy villain. Like anybody I ever heard talk about this movie would say how fucking awful she is. And when the movie starts, I'm like, okay, she's not really that bad. I don't maybe am I missing something?
Yeah.
But by towards the end of this movie, I'm like, this MFer, like, she needs to go.
No, she's
like,
manipulative as fuck.
and she believed what she was doing was right.
Yeah.
Like, that's the craziest part. Like, she generally believed what she was helping these people. And clearly not. I mean,
Yeah. Honestly, and some of the stuff in this, it's kind of insane. Like, you know, I feel like everybody who, I mean, I was talking to Alex about this. I didn't even realize that was Danny DeVito, honestly.
I did, but but it was awesome to see. And Christopher Lloyd.
Yeah, seriously.
Like,
I feel like everybody does a great job, and I feel like everybody,
and Brad Dourif. I don't mean as much to y'all, but it means a lot to me. He voices Chucky.
oh, see, I didn't know that
Yeah.
at all. So
Well, he's
thank you.
Billy Babbitt in this one.
Thank you.
Not
But-
Chucky.
Yeah, well, I'll get to it.
What else did you like about it, Trevor?
What the, I don't know. I feel like my mind's all over the place. I keep getting interrupted. Sorry. Well, I mean, that was
I
the
was
once.
adding, but I was adding to what you're saying. I was,
Yeah. He's not cracking jokes.
Yeah.
Hey, someone's got to do it.
You were just talking about, Scatman Crothers is in this too.
I absolutely love that he's in this. And I also love that once again, I mean, he's in this came out before The Shining, but him and Jack Nicholson are in a movie together again.
Yeah.
But I feel like everybody they have their own personalities and they're all so different and they're all done so well. And like, obviously, you know, you have touching on the topic of like mental illness and stuff like that. They all have their different like quirks and things that all make them different and unique. And, you know, the actors that are portraying that are all done so well. And I think my favorite part of the movie, or favorite parts, I would say, are like the therapy scenes where they're all sitting in the circle and they're trying to get Nurse Ratched is trying to get them to talk about whatever, and it just kind of goes from one thing to another, and it just is super chaotic, and it never goes the way that it's supposed to. But cinematography from like a directing standpoint, I feel like the directing is great. The score is also really good in this movie. And I mean, we'll talk about the ending whenever we get there, but I think very highly of this movie. I know I had it ranked 3, but to me, it's still a 5 out of 5 movie. But that's where I'm at with it.
Yeah, I love this. I mean, the acting for these people that have all these mental illnesses, I think it's very accurate and very well done. I think, like Brad Dourif doing like his stutter and his like speech impediment that he has the entire movie he does a great job. I think like what Trevor was saying with the therapy sessions, that is like very accurate of how that usually goes. I've been in a few of those, being a nurse, and there's usually one or two people that cause absolute chaos, and you antagonize other people and make fun of them, and that is how it goes. And I think like the acting in general in this, I think, was so good. Like the guy that always says, I'm tired, I want to go to bed now." Like that consistent like character in every single scene. It just adds one to like just the building of like the set and the scenery of the mental health hospital. And I think Jack Nicholson. I haven't heard a lot about directing and this Best Picture nominees, but he carries this movie, man. Like he's so good in his role, and then I think it's just uplifted by the great supporting cast that all portray like realistic,
Yeah.
like, you know, mental health type patients. And I think I would say, I don't know off the top of my head, but I would say this is definitely probably one of the best, if not the best, like medical movies about like mental health. I think like Shutter Island is kind of, but like that's not really realistic to like this time period whatsoever. This I think has much more realistic, and also this filmed in an actual mental health hospital,
Yeah.
and like an actual psych hospital, in Oregon. So, and I think like her, like Nurse Ratchet's character is very realistic and true to like the mentality of many people during that time. But you know, Jack Nicholson just plays this guy that he doesn't take it serious, and unfortunately, like this time period, if you're not going to act in line, that's what happens. They don't, like, he basically got put in here because he couldn't survive on the outside. He couldn't survive in jail. He kept going back to jail over and over again, and during this time period, that's what they did. They institutionalized you if you couldn't be productive, and that's.
Yeah.
Him continuously messing things up, and then obviously what happened at the end, that was kind of the straw that broke the camel's back for Nurse Ratchet and took things into her own hands.
Yeah, I mean, I love this movie. I said this as Trevor was going. To me, this movie is just a step above even The Fourth Beyond, in my opinion. This is easily the most rewatchable.
I would agree. I think this is a little bit above the rest.
It's so rewatchable, like unbelievably rewatchable for a movie that's very dark in parts.
Mm-hmm.
But also, I thought like a lot of the early sessions, as far as like what like McMurphy does for like the others that are in the mental hospital, like what he does, like as far as kind of is uplifting for them, like as much as he's kind of like a dirtbag, like he kind of makes them come out of their shells a little bit, but also just like gets them to have fun. I will say it was a real twist for me to find out that most of them didn't have to be there. They didn't like choose to be there, or they chose to be there, but they didn't have to be there.
Yeah.
I did not see that coming at all.
And that's true to real life. You have a lot of people that are involuntarily committed, like Jack Nicholson, who's put in there because of different things, and there's people that are voluntarily committed, meaning they can leave whenever they want, but they're choosing to be there for their own safety.
And I just love the dynamic. I think Brad Dourif is great in this movie. I will always have a special place in my heart for Brad Dourif because I love the Chucky franchise, and he is Chucky. And Brad Dourif in general in horror. So like seeing him in this movie like actually made me happy because like I'm like, this guy, I love that he gets more than just horror because it shows how great he is. Yeah, I know he didn't win for Best Supporting, but I thought he definitely could have. Granted, I haven't seen some of the other movies that won, or was the guy for the Sunshine Boys.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and Danny DeVito is great. Christopher Lloyd's great. Like, it's such a great cast.
There's not a bad performance in this movie.
No, I don't know. I mean, when I even talk about it, Release Fletcher as Nurse Ratchet is like, it's just an iconic performance. It's crazy that she has such an iconic performance And then you have Jack, who has another iconic performance. They play off each other very well as far as like her just being this evil person and
Yeah.
him being just wanting to freaking mess around all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I love his relation. Oh, good.
No, I was just gonna say I love kind of touching on her a little bit. I just really like how she is very much like in control, and she does not. She kind of just doesn't really raise her voice that much. Just kind of just talks at them normal, and it kind of gets her point past and how intimidating she is just by doing that. I really like that.
Yeah, agreed. I love his relationship with Chief.
Love it.
Oh my god, it's some of my favorite stuff. When Chief finally talks and like to see McMurphy's reaction to him finally speaking is like it's such an awesome moment. I just some of the basketball stuff is
Yeah.
as someone who
hilarious.
plays basketball, it's
Very funny.
hilarious. Some of the best parts. The fishing scenes are great.
Yeah, I like forgot about that party now. Like, there's just so much that happens in this movie in 2 hours 15 minutes. It's insane.
Yeah, and everything Alex touched on as far as like the mental hospital aspect and like how it was perceived back then. People not really knowing. I mean, negative one. I don't really have one. I'll say there's some things that didn't age well.
Yeah.
Like when the girl, I wouldn't say she was made to go in and have sex with what's his name, Billy. But it's not a great scene. I would say that doesn't age well, but all in all, I think this is one of the best movies ever made. This is a movie I will continuously go back to. There's so many iconic lines, iconic characters, moments. As we could touch on the ending.
Yeah. What part of the ending you got? So there's 2 parts of the ending that I think are interesting. One, him killing himself, Brad Dourif killing himself, and 2, Chief killing McMurphy, Jack Nicholson.
Even though he basically was already dead, but yeah.
But so like, I mean, the guy that was like, oh, I think I'm tired, I'm gonna go to sleep now. He had a lobotomy also, like and that he lived for probably years and years and years and years and years. So, first of all, what's your guys' opinion on Billy Babbitt, with him committing suicide?
You go first, Jamie.
I thought it was really sad. I mean, I kind of saw it coming, especially.
I personally did not see it coming at all.
Well, I'm not saying like I knew it was coming like 20 minutes before, but as we were getting closer, I knew it wasn't going to end well.
Yeah.
Was this your first time seeing it?
Yeah, I've never seen
Yeah,
it.
the first time I saw it too.
Okay.
What about you, Trevor?
Second. Twice.
I mean, what did you think of it?
Oh. No, it was definitely shocking. And like you could definitely kind of tell that's where it was going, like with his reaction whenever she's like, I'm gonna tell your mother, and like how he's reacting to that, and it's just like so like incredibly unstable.
Your mother's a personal friend of mine.
Like, which I mean could be true, might not be, just to like manipulate him in a way, but just to see that he took it that far is definitely heartbreaking to see.
And I think, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna talk about the Chief thing now.
Yeah, so I think that the suicide goes to show, like, while Jack Nicholson's running around kind of being a jackass and uplifting them, the seriousness of their mental health and the situation and how fragile it is, and how something like that can make someone absolutely go through a crisis, which he did. And Jack Nicholson basically put that in motion by forcing her to go in there. Now, did he make Nurse Ratched go and manipulate him like that? No. But, like, I think Jack Nicholson, you can kind of see in his eyes that he realized what he did, and that these aren't normal people like him that could just, like, that are, like, would be like, oh, okay, awesome, yeah, I just hooked up with this girl, that's great, and then not be affected by it like someone like him.
Yeah.
I didn't realize like you could still lobotomize people during this time. And I read that it got outlawed soon after
Yeah,
this time period, but I just thought it was like that's crazy. because I just don't know how that was ever a legal thing because it's just ridiculous.
I mean, they still do like shock therapy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like I mean, there's certain instances where like someone we want to either constantly harming themselves or constantly harming others, and you can give medication. At a certain point, you have to do. I mean, they don't do a lobotomy where they cut part of your brain out, but they will shock them certain parts that are out their brain. It's much more controlled and experienced, and we know a lot more about it now than we did like in the 60s and 70s.
Plus, the dangerous thing about lobotomizing, they didn't fucking know enough about it to even do that to somebody. I mean,
Correct.
it's just awful. But I will say before you go on, so this is a part of the facts, but it has to do with McMurphy dying. But so when producers were shopping the picture to studios, 20th Century Fox was interested, but with a catch. Fox would distribute the film, but only if the filmmakers would agree to rewrite the ending. The studio wanted McMurphy to live. Do you think it would have been as effective with him living? I don't,
No.
personally.
No, I think it was a fitting end, and then him running out the escaping out the window, running away.
Yeah.
Is and fucking big ass chief. But no, I think that is why like someone like Chief probably wasn't as he was just like nonverbal for some reason. I'm assuming some type of trauma or something.
Yeah.
But he was more aware of his surroundings and more with it. Like so, like when someone like McMurphy came in, it was someone that like he kind of gravitated towards. I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I love the relationship.
And I think like I don't think anyone else in that in that mental health area would have done that
Yeah.
except him because he realized what happened to McMurphy. I thought it was a great ending.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
I
it,
agree.
it absolutely is. You know, it's definitely more so. It's more so for McMurphy too, because like you've seen how he is, how he's treating everybody. Not necessarily like, he's not treating them different. Like yes, he gets like frustrated with them and will yell at them and stuff like that. But he's not really like poking fun at them or making them
Yeah.
like isolating them in any way.
Like dehumanizing them just because of the issues they have.
Yeah, exactly. And, for that to be what he's kind of all about and, the relationship that they've had, he knows that, like, this isn't what he would want at all.
I mean, it's such a studio thing to have him live. I mean, to have some kind of like,
Yeah, what is this? In a fairy tale?
like some good ending. Like, I mean, I mean, the ending was definitely sad,
Yeah.
but with Chief leaving and everything, there's some bit of a silver lining, I guess, in a way. But yeah, United Artists is who distribute the film. It wasn't 20th Century Fox.
I would love to know what Chief did afterwards.
Went to a beach and chilled out.
I don't know, but I need to know how much that fucking thing weighs. What was it, the sink thing or whatever it was? Oh my God.
That's insane.
Ripped it right out of the floor. How tall is he? I need to know that.
Apparently, they really searched for a Native American because they wanted somebody that was really big, and it was hard to find one that big.
6'7".
Wow. I thought he was taller than that, honestly.
Yeah.
Duke 7 is tall, though.
I mean, yeah, it
Wait,
is.
6'7".
Jesus Christ.
All right, fact time.
He was only 53 when he died.
Only?
That's pretty young.
53.
That's young.
That's what I'm saying. He was only
I
53.
thought you were saying it's like, like that was like a good age to die.
No. That's it. That's a good age.
That's the way did he not sound like that?
I'm halfway there, I guess.
Anyways, so it's filmed in a real mental hospital, like Alex said. It was Oregon State. The actual patients as extras. The director of the hospital played a role. Dr. Dean Brooks, the hospital superintendent, played Dr. Spivey in the movie. The actors lived on the ward, leading to an authentic feel in real life. And feel like real life. Jack Nicholson took a percentage of. It was only the second film ever to win in the Big Five, which was picture, director, actor, actress, and adapted screenplay. Are you surprised by any of those?
No.
Yeah.
Directing a little bit, I think. I mean, certain type about. I mean, this is directed well. I'm not saying it wasn't directed well. I mean, the movie. I think this is the best overall movie by far. But when you look at like a Dog Day After, I thought the directing in that was amazing. Same thing with Barry Lyndon. I thought was amazing.
It's gonna sound crazy, but I actually think Altman.
I think so too.
I wouldn't have been like if you would have told me he won, I'd been like, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily gravitated to this movie, but like I get it. Like
I think that would be his most deserving. I think personally.
But I'm okay. I'm cool with Foreman winning.
Yeah.
Despite studio reluctance, it became the second highest grossing film of 1975.
Was first Jaws?
I would assume. I don't know.
Barry Lyndon.
Definitely not.
Kirk Douglas, Gene Hackman, and Marlon
Yeah, I saw
Brando,
those. Yeah.
which Marlon Brando was a personal favorite, and Burt Reynolds were all looked at before Jack Nicholson.
Thank God Jack Nicholson got this far.
Yeah.
I mean, I love Gene Hackman, but I don't know. Marlon Brando is great. I don't see how that would have
Burt
worked.
Reynolds would have been hilarious.
Oh, definitely been.
I don't know enough about Kirk Douglas to say, but I just know Jack Nicholson is one of the greatest ever. So Sidney Lasik, who played Charlie Cheswick, Lasik exhibited increasingly unpredictable and emotionally erratic behavior during his time as a character, a pattern that culminated in a tearful outburst during his observation of the final scene between Nicholson and Sampson. Became so overwhelmed during the scene that he was removed from the set.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Which guy is that?
Um,
Blanking on who that is.
Isn't that the one?
the glasses.
Yeah, when he wants his cigarettes.
Oh, wow. I didn't realize he was like an actual. Well, that's crazy.
And I do like I like that scene specifically because you can finally see them starting to like challenge Ratchet in a way.
This is insane what I'm about to read. But I almost had to put it because it's so it's just so out of left field. Louis Fletcher, who played Nurse Ratchet, was envious of the camaraderie. God damn, I cannot speak right now. God. Camaraderie. Ooh. Her male co-stars Ford, and hoping to dispel any associations with her tyrannical character, Fletcher surprised the cast one evening by ripping off her dress on the crowded ward. Years later, the actress laughed about the display, saying, "I'll show them I'm a real woman under here." You know, I think that must have been what I was thinking.
That's insane, actually.
Crazy. What were you like if you were the other coach? What the fuck are you like thinking in that moment? Like, is this supposed to be crazy? Like,
Another interesting fact was the guy that played what's his name? The one patient
That's great.
passed away like immediately after the conclusion. William Redfield.
okay.
That who did he play in this movie?
I don't remember his name. But it was the guy who was talking about his wife all the time.
Yeah. So another thing that was interesting about this movie, the guy that played Harding, William Redfield, the Dean Brooks, who was the psychiatrist doctor that was like the head of the mental health hospital that they used for the filming of this movie. He identified that like William Redfield had some type of like something wrong with him, and he ended up dying of leukemia like I think a month or two after the end of this movie,
Wow.
which is kind of crazy
Yeah, it was crazy.
because he was only 40 something.
Only 40 something?
Yeah. Yeah, why are you laughing, bitch? Leukemia is funny, bitch.
I don't know why I started laughing about that. Oh, I'm fucking tired. All right.
Hey guys.
So normally we would go into if there's any other movies we think should have been nominated. I don't know that I really have any. Do you guys have any?
No.
Not really.
I mean, I love Monty Python, the Holy Grail, but I don't think that movie was ever going to get nominated for an Oscar.
Yeah.
But it is one of the best 70s movies. I just haven't seen enough 70s. I'm just going to be honest. So next we got a tier list. We've done this before. We got goated best picture year. We got good to great. We have solid but will be forgotten. We have Carrie, and we have bad selection. So far, we've had the 2005, right? 2005 Oscars. That was in Carried, and then we had goated is. It was in Goated Best Picture. We did the 2008 one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what do y'all feel?
That's just got to be goated.
I agree. It's
It's goated.
I feel like there's really no other option.
I don't think there's going to be two better years than 2008 and this year, personally.
See, I disagree.
Every
Go ahead,
movie,
Jamie.
every movie is a four out of five or better, but
I think every movie is, like, from a director standpoint, is made very well. I guess it's tough for me. I get what, like, I understand where you're coming from. A lot of these movies I don't really care for as much. So it's really hard for me to just be like, yeah, it's made terrifically, but, like, it's not really movies I'm going to ever really want to put on. And I personally, from top to bottom, enjoyed the 08 one a bit more, pertinent just from my personal standpoint, but it's fine.
you can have more than one goated.
Well, I don't disagree.
Well, either way, we have two against one, buddy.
It's not how it works. I count.
Okay, so we're even.
No, that's fine.
Hey, thank you.
It's tough to say good to great. I mean, actually, I probably feel like it might fit there, but I'll let bygones be bygones. I'm not going to argue too much. It's also running long, so I'm not going to argue.
Thank you.
Just to go through one more time. So my number 5 is the exact same as the average, but my number 5 is Nashville. My number 4 is Barry Lyndon. My number 3 is Jaws. my number 2 is Dog Day Afternoon, and my number 1 is One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
I had number 5, Jaws. I had number 4, Nashville. I had number 3, Dog Afternoon. Number 2, Barry Lyndon. And number 1, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Hey, Trevor, what'd you have?
Thanks, Alex, for asking me.
Yeah.
So I had Nashville at 5. Surprise. I had Barry Lyndon at 4. I had One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest at 3. I had Dog Day Afternoon at 2, and Jaws at 1.
And what year did you pick for our next one?
1995.
1995. This will be, do you want to see what the movies are?
I don't really know what the top of my head.
Game of Play.
Came to play, Jamie says. Forrest Gump, For Weddings and a Funeral, Pulp Fiction, Quiz Show, Shawshank Redemption.
Sound like a damn good year. Some really great.
But it won't be goaded per Jamie. Anyway, sorry.
Nobody understands what you. Never mind.
That's right, never mind.
But anyways, what is y'all's list? Are you? I mean, I feel like me and Alex, he likes the movies more, but like as far as where we ranked them, we're pretty close. Do you agree with Alex? Do you agree with Trevor? Do you agree with me? Do you have a different list? Let us know. What's your put it 5 through 1? Check out some lists.
As long as you don't have Jaws at 5, we're fine. That's it.
Sorry.
Who did that?
It's
That's
the
all.
most mid.
I guess I did have Jaws at 3. I guess our lists aren't that close. I mean, there's some it's up close. I feel like we agree more than we did. Is all America would do.
I think more than the last one.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe. If you want to keep having us do this, let us know. Obviously, like we said, 95 Oscars is next. Then we're going to go right into prepping for the new, or the next Oscars, which is in March. So hopefully I'm going to get this one out, and hopefully the next one will get out in decent time. You know, if it doesn't, just blame Trevor. We already know.
It's always my fault. It's fine.
Um,
I will shoulder the blame.
but yeah, that was a lot of fun. Thank you guys as usual. Going through these. At some point we're gonna have to do like a real stinker year just to have some fun with these movies.
Yeah.
Because even the first one we did, even though that was the less of the years we've done,
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it was a stinker year. You know, like the word stinker?
I was just funny. You're like, I wouldn't call it a real stinker year.
Fuck you. Anyways, guys.
Not a big Ray guy here.
Get a load of this guy.
As always, guys, I'll see you next time.